Greta, it's getting quite cold in Davos. When can I expect some global warming?
How dare you?
What's up, guys? It's your boy, Benny. Is this the end of Greta Thunberg? Have we seen the last of her? Man, I've been wanting to start a video like that. I sure as hell hope so. Who knew that Greta Thunberg was a hate-filled, raging anti-Semite? Who knew that the person that was so lazy that she can't even walk away from her own protests? She has to get cops to carry her down the street. She's this lazy. She can't even stand up and walk. She's like 12 years old, but she's weak in the knees. Who knew that someone that was this lazy couldn't do a little bit of basic research before, well, destroying her own career? And oh my, this is going to be a tough one on George Soros, because of course George Soros funds all of these people. George Soros also Jewish, so it's going to be very, very awkward in the boardroom here with Greta, because Greta Thunberg is now officially an anti-Semite, or at the very least, Greta is deleting posts rapidly in order to stop those accusations from being hurled at her. Let's go ahead and have a read. Greta Thunberg deletes I Stand With Gaza social media post after critics claim the stuffed octopus in the photo is an anti-Semitic symbol, as she says the toy helps with her autism. Let's see here. Ooh, it's going to be a tough one to keep a straight face. Greta Thunberg wrote on Instagram, "Today we are striking in salt." What are you striking for? What do you mean? You don't even work. You're the laziest kid in human history. You dropped out of school and your entire life is now posing for photos when you're being arrested, fake arrested. Look at her giggling here and laughing. This is in Germany. Ha 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 ha. This is your entire life. Well, you're striking from being fake arrested? What do you mean you're striking? Here we go. She's striking in solidarity with Palestine and Gaza. The world needs to speak up and call for immediate ceasefire, justice, freedom. Palestinians are civilians affected. Okay, a lot of low information, smooth brain people that are, saying the same thing. All right, we're not trying to zero out Greta, but Greta had to delete her post. Uh-oh. Why is that? Many criticized her failing to condemn Hamas attacks in Israel. Others questioned why the image of her with other activists featured a blue octopus, branding it an anti-Semitic trope for a worldwide Jewish conspiracy. Now, this is the best example I found of this. Okay, this is like a cartoon, right? And you can find examples of this cartoon in various other tropes. But this was one that was posted here. This is the original post, right? See, Greta, they're always so pouty faced. Oh, your lives are so horrible. Your lives are so terrible. You sit here, you get pumped full of George Soros money, and you get fake arrested day and night. You never work. These people are slobs. These people are Marxist slobs. Marxists are always slobs. They're always just like Karl Marx. He smelled. He was a disgusting, smelly person. He was a bum. He was a privileged bum who just sat around flicking his boogers all day. He's a filthy, repulsive person, just like these people. Climate justice now! Palestinian climate justice. Palestine isn't for green energy. You know that, right? None of the rockets they're firing at the Jews are clean energy rockets. You know that? They don't run on batteries. This Jew stands with Palestine. Okay, got it. Great. Okay. All right. I have a number of problems with your argument there, but here, this is my favorite one. Stand with Gaza. How many frowny face, how dare you faces? Also, have you ever brushed your hair? Have you ever considered just running a comb through that? I mean, you look like Oscar the Grouch. That's what you look like. And speaking of the Grouch, here you go. Here's your little anti-Semitic trope, quote unquote. Think about this. Greta Thunberg and her friends went out and bought an aquamarine octopus stuffed animal for their big Instagram photo shoot, carefully placed it casually next to her, thinking they're being all cheeky and no one would notice in the era of the internet. And then, images like these are easily found. Right? So this is clearly what they were doing. Clearly what they were doing. So then what happens? In response, Thunberg deleted the photo and replaced it with one with the octopus cropped out. Well, that's sort of an admission of guilt, right? She wrote, "It's come to my knowledge that the stuffed animal shown here in an earlier post can be interpreted as a symbol of anti-Semitism and completely unaware of. The toy in the picture is often used by autistic people as a way to communicate feelings. We're, of course, against any type of discrimination and condemn anti-Semitism." What the F are you talking about, you absolute smooth brain lunatics? You filthy, dirty, smell like cheese Marxists. The cheese that, of course, no actual real communist gets to eat because they're all starving because of people like you. What are you talking about? You're against discrimination. You're saying free Palestine. Well, what that means is effectively no Jewish state at all. And you all know, like, my takes on this. I try as hard as I can and not, like, go hard for one side or the other. But one side is run by a bunch of terrorists. The other side ain't perfect either. But, like, hello. I'm very against interventionism, of course. But, like, to sit there and be like, oh, we're going to side with the people who rape, kill, and murder. But then we're not going to be, we're not for any type of discrimination. Also, like, look at this post. There's nothing else they're sitting in a chair, right? They're sitting on, like, some kind of long blue couch. Like, they clearly propped this up. This is a part of the photo. They, like, went out of their way to make this part of the photo. And Greta's PR team runs in to say, like, oh, if you now go after her, then this is this is like you're against autism. People are destroying Greta Thunberg for this. So yeah, like, again, people are, of course, taking now this image and making memes of it naturally. This is a distraction. I support the current thing. People are making AI with Greta and her helpful autism octopus. People are, well, oh, what do you want? What do you want from me? That's exactly right. Interesting. Zelensky meets Greta Thunberg to address war effect on ecology. Oh my, Greta. What has been the war effect on ecology? Zelensky just saluted and applauded for a Nazi in Canada. Zelensky's got to answer some questions here, man. Greta Thunberg didn't answer questions. Probably not best, actually. Probably not best, okay, in hindsight, to empower an angry, bitter, snivelly, little, screaming vixen of a Swedish girl who has no real life experience, who is all twisted and nasty. Probably not the best idea to do that. Okay? Just in general. Wasn't great. Shouldn't have given you so much power. And I think a lot of kids, including myself, like, shouldn't give me this much power, because when you're this age, I think Greta Thunberg, maybe she's like 20, maybe she's like 18, 20. She's an adult. When you're that age, you're stupid. I was stupid. Okay? An attack on Greta, I also was dumb. So I shouldn't have, like, at that age, I'm very happy I didn't have millions of followers on social media. Would have done dumb crap like this. My own version of it, obviously. But Greta here, with her little anti-Semitic puppet, making sure it posed perfectly for the photo. Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, this was an accident. This was because of my autism. Come on. Oh, boy. Greta's going to have some questions to answer on this one. Of course, Greta is not good at answering questions. My favorite interview with Greta ever. Rebel News. The best. The World Economic Forum gathering. Greta Thunberg being asked real questions. These responses are great. She's probably reaching for her octopus after this one. Watch my friends at Rebel News go in.
Would you say you're a child actor? Are you a child actor or an expert? How would you describe yourself? Ezra Levant here for Rebel News. I'm standing outside the CNBC studio, the same one where the vice president threatened to clock our friend Avi Yamini. Of course, it's where all the VVIPs pop by to give their propaganda message, dutifully transcribed by the media party here.
How dare you?
It is the most important person in the world, according to the World Economic Forum. It is young Greta Thunberg. So we'll see if we can catch a minute of the young lady's time. Greta, how many times did you rehearse your arrest at the German coal mine? How many times did you rehearse it? Because it looked staged. Is it true? How many times did you rehearse your arrest? Greta, how many times did you film your arrest, and why was it staged that way?
Greta, considering you've not spent much time in school, how do you know so much about climate change?
Greta, maybe you want to talk to a real journalist. What did you talk? You here in Davos? Was it successful?
Greta, as a real journalist, is climate change as real as your arrest?
Greta, how far are you willing to go? You're willing to break the law. Will you renounce violence? Will you renounce violence, Greta? Or do you support Antifa? You've worn an Antifa shirt before. Are you in favor of Antifa?
Greta, how did you get here today? What was your climate footprint in travelling here?
What's your plan while you're here, Greta?
What? Will we have a Fridays for Future demo tomorrow here?
Greta, how do you feel about discussing climate change with the delegates here when nearly all of them take private jets? Do you think at least the fact these delegates take private jets is a bad thing against, what you believe in? All of this could be done via Zoom. So